everybody. It's me, Jose Seguridis, SMEA President. Welcome to another episode of Fireside Chat with the President. Great to see you all. Okay, got a lot to cover, so let's get going. Officers' elections. We announced this before, but we have our upcoming officers' elections, executive officers' elections. All the SMEA officer positions are vacant, moving into the next term. And so anybody interested in running for president, first, second, or third vice president, treasurer, or secretary, the candidacy declaration documents will be coming out on Monday. So look for that Monday morning. It will be sent to the same email that you received this video. And if you're interested in running for one of those positions, that is how you would do it. The candidacy declaration form declares you as a candidate. It also provides you an opportunity to submit a short statement about yourself that will be shared with all members prior to the election. And so if you go back to the email this video was attached to, you'll see a similar announcement. There is no links there because this will all come out on Monday in a separate elections email specifically about the candidacy declaration. So look for that. All right, negotiations update. Now, we've all been waiting for an update. Let me tell you what we've done. We went ahead and shared a fairly extensive timeline update with your reps at the last rep council meeting, which is on January 30th. So if your site hasn't already done so, make sure you schedule a site SMEA meeting where your site reps can share out the update. We did it this way because we wanted to make sure that your reps had an opportunity to hear directly from us, hear directly from Jonathan B.A., your lead negotiator, answer any questions they may have, provide any clarification. So that way, when it's presented to the site and to you all, that your reps would be well informed and be in a position to answer questions you might have or to provide you with clarification on any of the areas. And so there's a fairly extensive timeline-based update that was shared with the reps at the last rep council meeting on January 30th. Again, if you have not held your site SMEA meeting, please do so that those of you who have an interest in finding out or hearing about where we are in the negotiations process, then that's the place it's going to happen. And just so you know, that update does not include our most recent bargaining session, which just happened this week. And so, there's lots of things going on and a lot of moving parts, but we are making progress and things are moving along. So again, talk to your site reps about the most recent SMEA negotiations update. Transfer season. Now, most of you probably have already noticed that the first cycle of transfers has been delayed. It's supposed to happen, I think, last week. There's been a little bit of a delay. We want to make sure all 21 sites are up to speed and on board, and that everything that they need to do is complete so that we have a smooth transfer season. And so it's looking like later this month, transfer seasons, the first transfer cycle is going to begin. Transfer cycles always begin with site postings. Then any positions that are not filled at the sites get flown district-wide. And so look for that real soon. It is going to happen this month in February, but we want to get that off and running as soon as possible. So I know a lot of you are interested in looking to see what else is out there, what positions around you maybe that are not owned and that are going to become available, but that'll all happen very soon. Literacy lab schools. Now, this only applies to 6 sites. So if you're one of those 6 sites, just know that I met with site reps earlier this week to have a more in-depth conversation about the literacy lab schools, or the literacy coach and reading specialist grant program that 6 sites have received. Now, the 6 sites are 6 elementaries. It's Alvin, Adam, Battles, Bonita, Oakley, and Fairlawn. And if you're one of those 6 sites, then this is a conversation you should be having at your site. Last night, I shared with all of your site reps 3 different links that give more information about the literacy grant. There's a link to an FAQ that's put out by the CDE. There's also a link to the actual design language of the grant and what's the grant for, how do you apply it, what are options and how the grant money can be used, and so on and so forth. So some really great links that I shared with them. So please talk to your site reps. For those of you who have an interest in finding out more about these literacy coach and reading specialist grant, because it is a pretty decent chunk of money and it's over a 4-year period. Sites have the option to implement it in a way that they feel will best serve their students. And there's also the option not to participate at all. But I really want you all to make informed decisions about how you want to move forward as a site and really have those grown-up conversations with your administrators about what's best for the staff, what's best for the students, what's best for your school. All right. So literacy coach and intervention specialist grant program information was shared with your site reps. So go ahead and reach out to those folks and to answer your questions. RtI teachers, reading interventionists. This is something that you all been asking for some time. In fact, when you go back to our listening campaign, this was a big topic. Folks wanted intervention programs returned back into our schools to help support those students who are struggling. This was a component that was pulled from us for no particular reason. And you have been asking for this back. Well, guess what? It's coming back. So you have been heard. I really want you to know that. When we did our listening campaign, not only did we invite our site reps, not only did we invite you all to come down and take a look at all the posters and all the information that we collected from you all, but we also invited every district administrator. We invited the entire district cabinet and all the folks who work downtown because we wanted everybody to see what teachers are actually saying. And they saw that and they heard that. So for next year, RtI teachers, the reading interventionist teachers. This is the label they're putting on it, so that's why I'm using the term RtI. But it's what they're going to be called. Each site is going to be receiving an RtI teacher as long as we can get those positions staffed. So we're looking at 21 new positions. Now, just so we're clear, this position has not been approved by the school board. There's a draft of the job description. That draft job description will go to the school board later this month, I believe the 22nd at the next school board meeting. Job descriptions need to have 2 readings before the board can take a vote. So the first reading is going to be the end of February. The second reading will be at the March school board meeting. That's the earliest that the board will be able to approve the job description. Once the job description is approved, then the jobs can be posted. That's the way things are supposed to happen. And what does that mean to you folks who have an interest in this? It just means that if you're interested in transferring, you're interested in looking at something different, and knowing that the first transfer cycle is going to occur before the job description for RtI teachers is approved, have to make some decisions about what you want to do. And so if you go back to the email that this video is attached to, you'll see a brief description about the different positions that folks might be in. Not positions as jobs, but position as far as if you transfer, if you stay where you are, if you own or don't own, if you transfer to a different site, that kind of stuff. Like, what are your options when these RtI positions do get posted? And they will be posted first at all the sites. Any site positions that aren't filled will be posted district-wide. And so if you have questions about where you might fall, depending on some interests you might have moving into this next year when it comes to transfers, take a look at the information in the email that this video was attached to, and you should get your answers there. If you still have questions after reading all that, get a hold of me, and we'll try to clear it up. All right, folks, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. You absolutely deserve it. I know these weeks are long and rough. This crazy cold, hot weather is not helping out, right? So have a great weekend. Enjoy the beautiful California sun, and we will see you all soon. Take care.